the African elephant, titan of the Savanna. And I think we really need to just throw out the usual mental image we have of
Oh,
elephants.
absolutely. The whole gentle, lumbering giant thing you see at the zoo.
Exactly, because the biology described here, it suggests something way more high-tech, almost like looking at nature's most, I don't know, over-engineered machine.
It's complete reframing.
Yeah?
When you dig into it, the main theme isn't just about size, it's
Your
paradox.
paradox. How
Well,
so?
you've got this animal, it weighs 7 tons, right? You can literally bulldoze a tree,
Uh-huh.
but it also has the fine motor control to, say, pick up a single blade of grass or crack a peanut shell without crushing the nut inside.
That motor control is what stopped me. The trunk, we just think of it as a nose, maybe a sort of hand, but the source says it has over 40,000 muscles?
40,000. For perspective, the entire human body has about 639,
Wait, 40,000 in just the trunk? How does a brain even map all of that?
with a huge amount of neural processing power. The text calls it a Swiss Army knife, and that's not an exaggeration. It's a nose, a hand, a straw, a trumpet.
It can lift 700 pounds, but also pick up something tiny.
Precisely.
So you have this incredible tool up front, but then you look at the rest of the body, and it's like every feature is solving a major physics problem, like the ears.
The ears, yeah.
I always just assumed the shape was, just how they looked. Maybe for hearing, but they're actually thermal regulators.
Radiators. Elephants can't sweat. So those ears, which are shaped kind of like a map of Africa, are filled with blood vessels.
So when they flack them,
It's not just a gesture. They're cooling their own blood. It can drop their blood temperature by up to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a biological AC system.
this theme of hidden utility just keeps coming up, like their skin. I mean, for us, wrinkles mean aging.
Right.
For an elephant, smooth skin would apparently be a death sentence.
In the African sun, it would be. Those wrinkles are actually a whole network of tiny channels. They trap water and mud.
So a mud bath isn't just for fun.
No, it holds that moisture against their skin for hours, keeping them cool and protecting them from the sun and parasites.
Okay, so they've solved for heat, but the biggest physics problem has to be the weight. I mean, 14,000 pounds. The stress on their bones must be immense.
It would be. But they have another evolutionary fix for that. The text mentions a sixth toe.
Which sounds like something out of science fiction.
It's not a real toe, it's a piece of cartilage that sits behind the others. It acts just like a gel insert in a high-end running shoe. It's a shock absorber.
So the hardware is unbelievably robust, but I want to switch to the software. The intelligence here feels different. It's not just problem solving, it's deeply social.
It's emotional intelligence. And it comes down to how they communicate. They're talking all the time, we can't hear it.
Because they're using infrasound.
Frequency's way too low for human ears, and those sounds travel for miles, not through the air, but through the ground.
So when the text says they listen with their feet, that's literal.
Completely literal. They feel the seismic vibrations through those shock-absorbing pads in their feet. They can tell the difference between a thunderstorm and a stampede from miles away.
That creates such a tight social structure. And the matriarch, she's like the herd's hard drive.
A living database. The oldest female holds all the critical survival data. She remembers where a hidden water source was from a drought 40 years ago. Her memory is what keeps the family alive.
Speaking of staying alive, this is the part of the biology that baffles me. Generally, more cells and a longer life equals a higher risk of cancer.
That's Peto's paradox, yeah.
Elephants are huge and live for decades. They should be riddled with tumors, but they're not.
They have a genetic superpower. Humans have one copy of a gene called P53. It's a tumor suppressor.
Okay.
Elephants have 20 copies.
20. So their bodies are just hyper-aggressive at, proofreading their DNA.
Their cells are ruthless. The moment a cell shows any sign of damage, those genes basically tell it to self-destruct before it can become cancer. Something researchers are, desperate to understand.
It really just underscores how critical they are. Not just as a species, but the book calls them ecosystem engineers.
They literally build the environment around them. By knocking over trees, they keep the savanna from turning into a forest, which creates space for grazers.
And the wells they dig.
Right, with their tusks, which, by the way, they can be left-tusked or right-tusked, just like we're left or right-handed. They dig for water, and those holes become critical water sources for dozens of other species.
So you're left with this creature that is medically advanced, physically over-engineered, and emotionally complex. But there's one last detail I want to leave you with.
Their memory.
Their legendary memory. The studies show they can recognize specific human faces even after decades. They remember interactions, both good and bad.
They don't forget.
So the next time you see an elephant, realize you aren't just looking at a big animal, you're looking at a mind that has been recording the world for maybe 60 years. And the real question isn't what you think of it, it's what that 10-pound brain is going to remember about you. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.